بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. We are continuing from where we stopped in the last lesson, and if you can remember, we were doing the exercise and then we stopped at the exercise number 6. So we are trying to complete the exercises, and then we'll also look at the added, the continuation of the added, right? Okay, as we said in the last lesson. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So this is the 6th assignment, and as you can see, they are saying that اقرأ المثالين ثم اربط بين كل جملتين فيما يلي مستأملا لكن واعلم أن لكن من أخوات إن. So what they are simply trying to tell you is that, you see, they have given you 2 examples here. So that's what they call them misalain. And we are going to complete this particular exercise, okay, in similar way they did these 2 examples. Okay, these 2 examples. But you are going to use lakinna. Okay. What do we mean by lakinna? Lakinna, as we have seen it a lot of times, right? It means but. Okay. But. Right? Okay. So, for example, if you are trying to say Hamid is a student, but he is lazy. Okay. So that is lakinna. So what happens is that lakinna is always used when you are trying to, when there is a problem, you are making a statement, but you are trying to make an exception or something, right? So you say something, but something, other thing. So that's what I mean by lakinna. Lakinna simply means but. Okay, but. So as you can see in the first example, at-tullabu kaseerun, the students are many. Then they have another statement, al-faslu saghirun, the classroom is small. So they want you to join it, okay? They want you to join it, urbut, okay, to tie, to join the 2 together. Musta'milan lakinna, using lakinna. So you are going to join the 2 statements using lakinna, which means what? But. So at-tullabu kaseerun, the students are many. So they want you to say but, okay, and that but is what we term as the lakinna. Lakinna, but al-faslu saghirun, the classroom is small. I hope that is clear. And the most important part, they are not just interested in joining them. The most important part is wa'alam anna lakinna min akhawati inna. Wa'alam anna lakinna min akhawati inna. Knowing that, or taking into account, be aware that lakinna is from the akhawati inna, is from the sisters of inna. What do you mean by that statement? When we say something is from the sisters of inna, bima'na, whatever inna does grammatically, whatever grammatical effect that inna has, lakinna also has that same effect. Okay, they are in the same group. Okay, in terms of grammar, they have the same effect. So you can remember the ism inna is always mansub, and then the khabaru inna is always marfu. So the same thing that will happen to lakinna. So that's why you say at-tullabu kaseerun. Lakinna, you see this faslu will now be al-fasla. Lakinna al-fasla saghirun. I hope that is clear. So whenever you are using lakinna, then now that you are trying to make the exception. So for example here, the students are many, but the classroom. So that particular noun that is just coming after the lakinna is what we term as the ism lakinna. So it will be mansub, just like inna. That's why they say min akhawati inna. It's just from the sisters. They all have the same effect. So then now that it is accepting, okay, it is making that noun the exception. That particular noun is always going to be mansub. So lakinna al-fasla, not fasul. So lakinna al-fasla saghirun, and this is the khabar which will always be mansub. Okay. So Nuwasil. The second one is Hamidun Mujtahidun. Hamid is hardworking. And then the second statement is Sadiquhu Keslanu. His friend is lazy. So Hamid is hardworking, but he has a lazy friend. So in joining them, Hamidun Mujtahidun. Lakinna Sadiqahu, not Sadiquhu. Here you have to be very careful. Sadiqa, you see Mansub. Sadiq, sorry, let me count. Sadiqahu, not Sadiquhu. The first, it is initial Sadiquhu, but because of the lakin, it will now be Sadiqahu. Keslanu, okay. In that other. I hope that is clear. So now let's complete the assignment. Okay, so observe. Muhammadun Tawilun. Muhammad Tawilun. Muhammad is tall, right? Muhammadun Tawilun. Lakinna Hamidan Qasirun. So lakinna Hamidan, not Hamidun. Aminatu Mujtahidatun. Amina is hardworking. Lakinna Ukhtaha. Lakinna Ukhtaha Kesla. Okay. هذا الدرس طويل. The lesson is long. لكنه سهل. But it is easy. So لكنه سهل. You will say لكنه. We don't do that. Because this is a domir. If you are going to bring whether inna or lakinna comes before it, it will tend to domir al-muttasil. And it will attach to it. So لكنه سهل. Okay. سيارتي قديمة. My car is old. لكنها, so you see لكنها قوية, but it is strong. أخي متزوج. أخي متزوج. My brother is married. لكني, so you see أنا لكني عزب, but I am single. I hope that is clear. Okay. So have here Ibrahim Fakir. لكن عمه غني جدا. However, or but his uncle, okay, is very rich. Okay, is very rich. We have here بيتك جميل. Your house is beautiful. جدا. لكنه صغير. Okay, but it is what? It is small, right? لكنه صغير. Okay. So that's it. Okay, so this is another assignment that they have given us. اقرأ المثالين ثم أدخل كأن على الجمل الآتية علما بأن كأن من أخوات إن. Okay. So this is another thing that we call كأن. Okay. المسرفين الذين يفسدون في الأرض. We have كأن. كأن is also from the sisters of Anna. بمعنى when it comes, just like similarly what the lakinna does, it also does the same thing. I hope that is clear. What the lakinna does, it also does the same thing. Okay. Okay, so they are in the same category. But what is the meaning of ka'anna? Okay, ka'anna means like. Like. Okay, so ka'anna means like. Okay. So for example, Allah says in the Quran that إنها ترمي بشرر كالقصر. When Allah is describing the hellfire, Allah says إنها ترمي بشرر كالقصر. Then he follows it by saying كأنها or كأنه جمالة صفر. إنه ترمي بشرر كالقصر كأنه جمالة صفر. Okay, Allah is talking about describing the hellfire and saying that the one fire is. Have you ever dropped, what's the name, a stone into water? You see how the water splashes out. Allah is describing the splashing of the hellfire. Okay, may Allah protect us. So Allah is saying ka'annahu, you see. Sorry, ka'annaha. Okay, as if. So when you say ka'anna, it means as if. Okay, ka'anna means as if. So if you say ka'annaka maridun, it's as if you are sick. Okay, ka'annaka maridun, as if you are sick. So that's the meaning of ka'anna. Okay, as if. Okay. So here he's saying that اقرأ المثالين ثم أدخل كأن على الجمل الآتية علما بأن كأن من أخوات إن. So you are just going to use كأن, just like similarly we have done for the لكن. You are going to do the same thing here by using كأن. So من هذا الفتى, who is this young man? كأنه أخوك, as if he is your brother. Maybe they have similar resemblance. Okay, they resemble one another. So that's why he said that كأنه, as if he. This is just كأن by attach ضمير المتصل who, كأنه أخوك, as if he is your brother. Okay, so his doubt is as if he is your brother. Okay, من هذه الطفلة, who is this young girl? طفل is a child, but طفلة meaning that child is female. Of course, you see the term. So من هذه الطفلة, who is this young girl? I mean a baby girl. كأنها أختك. Okay, as if she is your sister. Okay, so I think that is clear. I hope that is clear. This كأن. Okay, so we are moving to a different aspect of the lesson that we call the adadul murakkab. In the last lesson, I told you that we are going to continue from the adad. Okay, the numbers. We did the adad and then the madud, but we didn't do all. So we are continuing from 11 to 20 in this particular part. Okay, 11 to 20. Okay, and what happens is that we call them the adadul murakkaba. Okay, adadul murakkaba. Why? Because they are made up of two different numbers joined together. So for example, if I say 4, 10, okay, it's made up of what? 10 and then 4. Okay, 10 and then 4. So two numbers that are joined together to form one number. We call them the adadul murakkaba. Okay, like in English we just say 13, but in Arabic it is not so. We don't say something like that. But what happens is that you just see the two numbers written. So for example, 13 is salasata ashara. So you see salasa is a number, which means 3. Ashara is also 10. So you see both numbers are written. Okay, so there are two numbers that are joined together. Okay, when they are pronounced, they mean the same one number. Okay, so we call them, that's why we call them adadul murakkaba. Okay, adadul murakkaba. Okay, so we have ahada ashara. So for example, if we are counting students, so ahada ashara taliban, 11 students. Isna ashara 12, salasata ashara 13, arba'ata ashara 14, khamsata ashara 15, sittata ashara 16, sab'ata ashara 17, samaniyata ashara 18, tis'ata ashara 19, ishiruna, which means 20. Okay, which means 20. So those are the numbers. But as you usually know, when we are counting, we could be counting masculine things or feminine things. So we have to take into consideration that thing. In English, it is not so. If you are counting boys, okay, I mean students who are boys, you say 13 male students, and that's all. You use 13. But if they are female students, you still use 13 female students. That's it. But in Arabic, it is not so. You can use 13 for masculine and feminine. There has to be, what's the name? A specification. You have to specify that, especially when you are talking about females. Okay. So that's why in Arabic, if you give me a number, as you just say salasata ashar, atulabu fi yani at-talaba fil fasl kaza wa kaza. If you just say the students in the class are, and then you mention a particular number, I will be able to know whether you are talking about female students or not. Just if you just mention the number alone, because if you are counting female students, there will be changes. The number, how you mention the number is going to be different. Let me give an example. You can say salasa ashara, or you say salasata ashara. The addition of the ta marbuta. You see the ta marbuta. It could be, I hope you have been seeing salasa ashara, arba'a ashara, khamsa ashara. But sometimes you see salasa ta, there is ta marbuta added. Arba'a ta ashara, khamsa ta ashara. Other cases there will be no ta marbuta. So it's a specification of whether you are counting masculine things or feminine things. Okay. So now let's look at how they are being used. Please observe very well. Pay attention. We are going to talk about grammatically how they should be. Okay. Now, the 11 and 12. Okay. The 11 and 12. I'm coming. For the 11 and 12, the whole thing is going to be have the same gender. The same way for the 12, the whole part is going to have the same gender. If you can see, observe very well. We have three things here. One is the first number. Then we have the second number. Then we have the ma'adud. The ma'adud is what we are counting. Okay. Then we have the ma'adud. As I said, the ma'adud is what we are counting. I hope that is clear. So we have something ashara. Then we mention what we are counting. Okay. So this is 11. 1 and then 10 and then the thing we are counting. For the 11 and 12, the whole part, as you can see, I've highlighted the whole thing, is going to have the same gender. So you can see we are counting Taliban, that is masculine students. So the Ahada, the Ashara, and then the Taliban will always be the same. I hope that is clear. Ahada, Ashara, Taliban. Isna, Ashara, Taliban. The same gender. Okay, so that is it. Now let's look at the 13 to the 19. The 13 to the 19. What will happen is that the Ashara and then the thing you are counting. The Ashara and then the thing you are counting. The Ashara and then the thing you are counting. The Ashara and then the thing you are counting will always have the same gender. I hope that is clear. The Ashara and then the thing you are counting will always have the same gender. And then the first number will have a different gender. An opposite gender. Opposite gender. Now let me explain. Observe here. You can see we are counting students, okay, to lab students. But the number, the students will always be singular. We will always use singular from 11 to 19. The students will always be singular. So we are always going to see Taliban, Kalaman, okay, and that other. And as you know, Taliban is what? A male student. So we are counting male students, right? We are counting male students. So if we are counting male students, the Ashara could have been Asharata. It could have been what? Asharata. But we will never say Asharata. As I said, the thing you are counting and then the Ashara should always have the same gender. So if it is masculine, if the thing you are counting is masculine, the Ashara will be masculine. And how is it going to be masculine? There will be no ta marbuta. But if the thing you are counting is feminine, the Ashara will also be feminine. How is it going to be feminine? It is going to have ta marbuta, Asharata. So assuming we were counting female students, okay, we would have said Asharata. Okay, Asharata Tolibatan, Asharata Tolibatan. And then here would have been masculine. So the first number, Salasata Ashara, Arba'ata, that first part is always going to have an opposite gender to the thing you are counting. But the ashara and then the thing you are counting, that's the ma'dud, will always have the same gender. As you can see, I've joined them together in red, highlighted in red. Okay. But the other aspects, the first number that will come is going to have always a different and opposite gender. Saba'ata, not saba'a. Samaniyata, not samani. Tis'ata, not tis'a. I hope that is clear. Okay. Mafhum, right? It is understood. Okay. They will have ishuruna taliban. Ishuruna taliban. Okay. Let's continue. So we have here, I think exercise 9, right? So they said, اقرأ مع يلي ثم اكتبه مع كتابة الأرقام الواردة فيه بالحروف. Okay. So you can see here, they have written them in numerical form. Okay, numerical form. Okay. But they want you to read it, that you mention it in, in letters. Okay, in letters. So that's what they want you to do. Ikra, they just want you to read. Okay, so let's look at how it is going to be. Observe, we have to take into consideration the rules very well. So feel firstly in the classroom. So if you are saying 19, you have to be very careful. The thing you are counting here is masculine. So the first number is always going to be opposite. Then the ashara will have the same gender. Let me try to highlight it and see. Okay, this one is going to have an opposite gender. This one will have an opposite gender. Okay, but the ashara and then the thing you are counting will have the same gender. I hope that is clear. So you see, we are counting masculine students. So this will have opposite. So we are going to say tis'ata, not tis'a, tis'ata, and then ashara, not asharata. So tis'ata, ashara taliban. Okay, then here, you see this is 15, right? So in the, but kitab is masculine, right? So in the خمسة عشر كتابا باللغة العربية و, and this is 12. Okay, كتابا. Okay, so و إثنا عشر كتابا, and then 12 books باللغة الفرنسية. Okay, باللغة الفرنسية in French books. Okay, it says here رأى يوسف عليه الصلاة والسلام في المنام. Okay, 11. This is 11. So how do you say it? أحد عشر كوكبا. Okay, كوكبا. ما معنى كوكب? What's the meaning of كوكب? كوكب. Okay, كوكب is what's the name? It's used for how do you call it? Planet. Okay, planet. We call it كوكب. Okay, كوكب is a planet. Okay, but what happens is that you can see manam here. This manam is manam. What's the meaning of manam? Manam means sleep. Okay, fil manam in his sleep. Okay, in sleep. Manam means sleep. أحد عشر كوكبا, 11 planets. Okay, planets. Actually, it is stars. But what happens is that not just any star. Okay, كوكب could mean two things. One is star, not just any star, bright stars. Bright stars, so called كوكب. So it is used for extremely bright stars, or even planets. It could even be used for planets, large and bright stars or planets. Okay, so had ashara kawkaban. He saw 11, bright stars in his sleep. So here, indi, and we all know the story, right? In Surah Yusuf. Okay, Surah Yusuf. So indi 20, this is 20. Riyalan. He has 20 riyals. So how do we say it? Indi ishuruna riyalan. So kam funduqan fi hadha ash-shari'. Okay, how many funduk? Funduk. Kam funduqan. So this is what? Tamyiz. That is why it is fatha. Kam funduqan. And we all know what tamyiz is. Fi hadha ash-shari' in this word. So fihi, in it, there is 13. So how do you say 13? Fundukun. You have to know fundukun is masculine. So the ashara, you won't say asharata because this is masculine. So it will have the same with the 10. So ashara fundukan. But this one will go half opposite. So salasata ashara fundukan. Okay. Fi hazihil madinati. This 14 masjid, and there are 14 masajid. Okay. But as I told you, the ma'dud, whatever we are counting, will always be singular between 11 to 99. From 11 to 99, whatever you are counting is going to be singular. It's going to be singular. Okay, so that's why you have been seeing kawkabun, fundukun. Okay, kitaban. Kitaban is not, you won't say kutuban. Kawkabun, the plural is kawakib. Then you say kawakiban. No. Fundukun, fanadiqan. No. You have to use the singular. Okay, from 11 to 99. If you are counting something, okay, if you are counting something, hamsata ashara, you won't say tulaban, hamsata ashara tulaban, students. No. It is supposed to be singular. Whatever you are counting, the ma'dud is supposed to be singular. Okay, that's a rule in Arabic language. Okay, even though you say what you are counting is plural, but that's it. That's the rule. You have to make it singular. Okay. Samanu has al-kitab. The price of this book. Samanu is price. Okay. Has al-kitab of this book is what? Okay. This is what? 17. Right? 17. So how do you say it? Saba'ata ashara riyalan. Okay. Saba'ata ashara riyalan. Fi has al-kitab, in this book, there are 20 lessons. So how do you say it? Ishruna darsan. Fi hadha al-kitab ishruna darsan. There are 20 lessons. Fi sanati, okay, in a year, there are 12 shahran. Shahrun is what? The month. So fi sanati, in a year, or in the year. You see that before? In the year. There are isna ashara shahran. Isna ashara shahran. There are 12 months in a year. Okay. So I think we have to pause here and then we'll continue in the next lesson because we are going to explain something. This part. Okay. This part. It needs a lot of explanation. So let's pause here and then we'll continue. This is the last page. So inshallah, in the next lesson we'll just explain it. Then we'll do the exercise and then we'll end the lesson there. But let's pause here. As I always say, if there's any question, you can contact those in charge or you can email us. Okay, on the email that we provided. Inshallah, will help you. Jazakum Allahu Khairan fi hayatikum wa barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'anil Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.